All right, everybody, and welcome to the Swiss Army Nerd podcast. This is the Sports Center with your host, John Stickrod, and my co-host,
Stephen Cockram.
is here, and we are the Cock and Rod Connection.
Woo!
That's what Laura likes the most. So we're here.
It's good.
It is a good one. So that's the official one. So we're back. We were here last week. We did some sports stuff. We had a lot happen in the last week. Not a lot of good. Ups and downs, but it is exciting. We got UFC coming up Saturday. Tonight, I'm not actually sure. Do you know who plays tonight?
For football?
Yes.
It's Jacksonville versus Tennessee.
Yes, the must-see.
It's hold on to your britches, people, because this one is gonna be killer.
Is Mariota back? Do we know
I don't know.
I don't know that.
I'm just gonna take a predict. This is my guess of the game.
Jalen Ramsey runs his mouth.
7-6.
7-6.
Tennessee.
Jesus, that's a horrible game. 7-6. Actually, I would bet on that. But we got that game tonight. We got a couple of good ones coming up. We're getting towards the end of the season, so that's exciting.
It's so sad.
It is sad.
I feel like the season just started and we're already getting into playoff
I
mode.
think it's because me and you gave up on our team so early. So
wow.
what?
The Saints are beating the Bucks this weekend. No, they're not. We're gonna run the table. We're making playoffs. You watch.
I'll tell you this: if the Bucks beat the Saints again, I don't even.
Sweep.
That'd be amazing.
Hold on, I gotta do a shout out real quick. Hi, Mrs. Stickrod. It's good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you leave us some good comments, please.
Hi, Mom. I'm rooting for the Bucks because that'd be hysterical if they could beat the Saints, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Oh, it's happening.
Especially because the Saints lost last week, right? To Dallas.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a rebound
But
game.
when the Saints lose on Sunday and they have 3 losses in their column, 2 of them are gonna come from the Bucks.
Oh God, that would be amazing. I'm all for it. Yes, go Bucks. All right, so we'll jump into a little NBA. If that's cool with you.
Yeah, let's do it up.
All right, so unfortunately, I wish Aaron was here for this, but backing her up, Allen Iverson, one of my all-time favorite players, came out and he says Jordan will always be the GOAT. There's no disputing that, no matter what records are broken, no matter what happens in the league, that'll be the guy. I think he's right in this, but in a generation, like the next generation is going to only know LeBron. You know what I mean? Eventually, age is going to phase out Jordan, but
It's exactly what it is. It's the era.
Yeah.
People that grew up watching Jordan. Like, I watched Jordan, but I watched Jordan at the end of his career. Like, the last couple years with the Bulls, and then his horrible year, or however many years, with Washington. So, I barely grew up watching Jordan. But what I did see from Jordan, from his age, the way he, you could go on YouTube and just type in Michael Jordan and you could sit on there for hours watching highlights. I get the whole debate with LeBron James. LeBron James is the Jordan of the 2000s.
yes.
I'm not going to deny that. You haven't seen someone since Jordan like that, and I'm a giant Kobe Bryant fan. Giant. But, unfortunately, LeBron James is going to be considered the Michael Jordan of the 2000 era.
And then who's next? That's what's crazy is we're getting to the end of LeBron's career. Who's going to step up?
Because you can't really say it's Durant because he didn't come much longer. Like, what? LeBron was 03?
Yeah.
And Durant came in 2011?
I think it was 2008.
Really?
2009. I think it was somewhere up there.
So you can't...
remember he played almost 2 or 3 years in OKC.
Thanks, Chris. We didn't know that.
What?
Jordan was such a good baseball player.
He actually was decent. I think you're right, though.
Trevor says, "What's up?"
What up, buddy? Trevor, you need to get your ass back in that gym. I miss you. I think you're right, though. It'll be interesting to see who comes up next. The LeBron-MJ debate's going to go on forever. It's just how it's going to work.
I don't think we'll ever get a conclusion. Like, there's never going to be a solid answer. I think you're going to have certain people saying Jordan, you're going to have certain people saying LeBron.
Yeah, it's all opinion. That's the great thing about sports is we all get an opinion and we get to decide what and where. But speaking of Braun, while we're on it, his last game, I think it was last night.
42 points.
Yeah, he went nuts in the fourth quarter, which I love to see. One of his biggest issues has been closing, which he hasn't had that issue in a long time. But that was one of the things that Skip Bayless, our coworker.
Trevor says 3:45 a.m.
That's when he goes? Attaboy.
Yeah, he's down there at 3:45 a.m.
Good job,
You
Trev.
are out of your mind.
Proud
You
of
know
you.
what I'm doing at 3:45 a.m.? Sleeping.
But that's rock time, so respect that. But yeah, I like seeing LeBron be LeBron, and he's gonna have to be to get that team to the playoffs.
Hey, we're the 5th seed right now. If playoffs were to start tomorrow, we'd be the 5th seed.
I think that's where you're gonna stay, is around there.
Yeah, we are not gonna represent the West. Like, we ain't getting the top seed. It ain't happening.
I will say this: I think Houston is not gonna ever get back
What
on
the
track.
hell happened to them?
Carmelo.
Yeah, but he's gone.
I know, but he's like a cancer, man. Once he's in, you can't get rid of that. I mean, he's bad. He's bad news. I don't think I've ever heard of someone being bought out and just stay home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you are that toxic that we don't want you in. He's not even allowed in the building.
If only Houston watched our podcast. Like,
We told him. We told him.
I don't know what else to tell you guys.
Swiss Army Nerds knew it, but I don't think they're going to get back on track. I think the Warriors are having a little bit of issue.
They're definitely not clicking.
This is the end of the era. I think we can all agree. They're all going to go their separate way soon. Steph's going to stay, of course. Steph's staying there.
Steph's he's not going anywhere.
No.
But I honestly, my personal opinion, the only person I think I could see leaving is going to be Durant.
Yeah.
I think the Splash Boys are going to stay. I think Golden State's going to do whatever they can to keep
Draymond, Clay, and Steph.
I honestly think Durant's gone. Durant's not playing. It's just a matter of where is he going. Does he have the balls to go back to OKC?
OKC, no way.
Who knows? But I think the Splash Boys stay together. I think you get at least another couple years with them.
I think you're right. I would like that. I'd like it to go back to the original 3 core. But, we'll see. Speaking about Durant, since we're on it, I have to say, I had a little tangent last week. I'm not a fan of Durant. I'm especially not a fan of Durant right now because he sounds like a whiny little bitch. Because he came out and saying that LeBron's aura and his fans and his all that is toxic. Okay.
What team are you on right now?
I don't understand what he means by toxic. Like, is it toxic because you have to raise up to be at LeBron's level? That's called. Do you think playing with MJ wasn't a ton of pressure? Of course it was. It's like if you played with Peyton Manning. When you were on that team, you had to raise up to Peyton level when he was in his prime. That's what sports is, man. It's not toxic to have to deal with the press and the paparazzi and all the things that come with LeBron. You should want that. You got into a sports field. Athletes are cherished and worshipped. Durant's worshipped. Like, his people are toxic, too. They'll sit there and say he's better than LeBron. Get the hell out of here.
What I found funny about the whole thing was he sits there and talks about toxic and dealing with the media. When basketball season is in full effect, if they're not talking about LeBron...
They're talking about Durant.
They're talking about Durant. They're talking about Golden State. Like, the media, like, that has nothing to do with it. And, like, but I agree 100% with you. If you're going to play with LeBron, yeah, there's standards. LeBron... You gotta have a standard when you're playing with LeBron. You gotta understand there's gonna be media. There's gonna be a lot of this. There's gonna be a lot of that. Be an adult. Be a professional basketball player. Exactly. Suck up your pride and play.
Yeah. I agree 100%. I just thought it was kind of a cop-out. It does make me wonder if Durant's gonna be joining LeBron, if he's scared of that.
I know what that means.
What?
I can't say what he said. The last word.
Oh,
on the podcast.
Hey, Vince is a P word.
That's a P word.
Pusillanimous, or whatever the actual word is.
Oh, never mind. We got it. I'm bigger than you, and so we got an argument going on right now.
I like Vinny's Snapchat. It had Pat on it. Anyway, getting derailed.
We got a group chat going on
this
again.
This is awesome. Yeah, I don't know what Durant's doing. I don't like him coming out and saying that. It makes him sound like a jealous little girl.
Yeah, it does.
I just think he's mad because nobody's talking about Durant in that level. He's a great scorer, he's a good defender, but he's not LeBron. He doesn't bring that. And on top of that, his legacy's tarnished. You joined a 73-9 team. I'm never going to respect you.
It's going to be super hilarious when you end up playing if he signs with the Lakers next year, too.
Oh, my God, yeah, because then he's going to have to eat all that crow. But anyway, moving on from Durant, I thought it was funny. There's a 3-point obsession that's happening. Mm-hmm. A lot of people say that the game has changed forever. It'll never go back to how it used to be. I think that's right. I don't know if we'll ever see a big man again. like an actual,
like a Shaq.
Yeah, I think that's dead.
Big man's been dead for a while now.
Yeah, probably since like Shaq when he went to Miami. Like he was pretty useless in Miami. The last great big man, and this is scary to say.
Oh, don't do it.
Dwight Howard.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say it.
That was the last like great. And
when he was in Orlando.
Yeah,
he was a beast.
And he wasn't even great. He was just a big fish in a small pond.
Into the paint and let your big man slam it.
Yeah, and it's not about big bodies anymore. It's about talent and skill. I like that. I prefer that. So, a lot of old guys hate it. Like MJ said, he hates it. LeBron feels about it. I think it's just because they know they wouldn't survive in this.
No.
And that's fine. That's just the way it goes.
Back then, it was you run to the paint, you elbow, you kick to the groin, you do what you got to do to make the point. You can't do that in this day and age.
It's all about skill and swag and all that stuff. So I like where it's going. Some people don't. Paul George went off.
47 points.
Against the Nets, though, I don't think that should count. The Nets are barely a team. Like, they're so bad, Jay-Z didn't even want a part of them, so.
We all watched that, Trevor.
What?
You watched Nate Robinson dunk over Howard.
I did.
All-Star game.
I remember watching that.
Wearing the kryptonite, too. He's wearing the green.
I used to love Nate Robinson.
So did I.
He was like 5'8". He was a little guy. He was like Spud. I loved him. But I remember one time for 4 games when he played in Chicago, he locked up LeBron for 4 games and then he got tired and LeBron ate him up. But he did do good. And LeBron obviously was like twice his size. DeRozan.
You need to talk about this because I got some stuff I need to get off my mind about DeRozan.
Okay, so if people don't know, DeMar DeRozan was traded straight up for Kawhi Leonard in the summer. Kawhi went to Toronto. DeMar went to the Spurs. And the Spurs, obviously coached by one of the best ever, Popovich. Very young squad. I think he's the veteran, if I'm not mistaken, on that squad.
DeRozan?
Maybe Aldridge, too. Those two, they're kind of older. But what's your piece on them?
I'm sick of it. Get over it. It's a business. Like, did you sign a contract with the Raptors saying you're going to finish out your career here? No. Anyone knows if you play sports professionally, it's a business. And if you can get something better for another player, you take it. Mm-hmm. It's all about winning championships. And that is it. Suck it up. Who cares if you got traded to the Spurs? I get it. The Raptors are going to go to the playoffs. Spurs, they're getting the first pick in the draft. I get it. But it is a business, and this is the smart move for the Spurs, or for the Raptors is what they thought. You guys need to grow the hell up. I'm so sick of hearing Damian Lillard and DeMar DeRozan come out there and just complain, and I feel betrayed. No, you shouldn't feel betrayed. Get over it. I'm done.
They're assets. They're like I know that sounds wrong, but it's true. It's a business. You want to win because that's what makes you money. And if you're an owner, what do you want? To win, so you get that playoff money and that championship money. Mm-hmm. I don't blame him. I agree 100%. DeMar keeps coming out and kicking his feet and crying. And Lowry over in Toronto is crying about it still. Like, dude, you're almost halfway through the season. Stop. And I don't know what Kyle is complaining about in Toronto. Kawhi's playing amazing.
He's a beast.
Obviously, Toronto made the better trade. Spurs did it to themselves by alienating Kawhi. Kawhi wanted out. They got a pretty good player in DeMar. Get over it. Just deal it. That's basketball, man. That's just life. Not everyone can be LeBron and Durant, who are untradeable. Sorry, that's why they're LeBron and Durant.
Kobe.
Or Kobe, yeah, exactly. Or Kobe.
Technically, he got traded.
Technically, he did. I think it was Charlotte or something.
Yeah, the Hornets drafted him, and then the very next day they traded him to the Lakers
for Kwame Brown.
Not Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown came way later, but it was some no name like a Ryan Leaf type thing.
It went nowhere. One of the biggest heists of all time. But yeah, like there's like maybe a handful of players who get immunity. And that's because they earn it. They bring that much money. I agree with you. They need to stop crying about it. Another one that I don't know if he's untradeable is Steph Curry. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't know. I mean, Steph could play anywhere. And I said I think he's going to play in Charlotte. I know you said...
Because hometown boy.
Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but I just have that feeling. I don't think he'd leave, but I do think that if it all blows up, he might be like, I want to go to Charlotte. And he's that kind of player who could play on a shitty team and build.
He's also that kind of player. I agree with you somewhat, but if he goes to, I could see him going to Charlotte, but it's going to be the end of his career type deal, unless it blows up and Golden State just goes to hell because Steph Curry is a competitor. He wants to win championships. So say the Thompson gets traded, Draymond gets traded, Kevin Durant's gone, and they just go from first to worst. A couple years like that, I could see him asking for a trade, but
I agree. I think it's going to take extraordinary measures for that to happen, but it's possible.
Chris said they traded him for a Subway sandwich.
Pretty much, they did, actually, because I think that guy does Subway stuff. Anyway, we'll jump into NFL. That's pretty much it. NBA, I wanted to talk about Durant being a snake, DeMar crying, Kawhi playing phenomenal, which I love, because he got a lot of flack for that laughing.
A lot of shit saying, does he still have it? Blah, blah, blah.
I love it.
Guess what, Spurs? He still has it.
Still has it. You guys messed up big time. Good for Toronto. I'm glad they picked up right where they left off. They're number 2, I think. Celtics aren't putting it together. They're just not.
There's a lot of teams that you going into the season, they're just not doing it.
Well, Gordon's not healthy. Like he's healthy, but he's not.
It could be a mindset too.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God. How do you come back?
Yeah. Like every time he goes up for a dunk, it's in the bag.
I would think about it. Paul George said that every time he went for a dunk, he had to think about it. Mm-hmm. So. I don't blame him, but we'll see. Hopefully the Celtics get it together. I'm excited. This year seems like it's all up in the air.
The only thing I'm super excited about is the Rockets, just the burning.
I love seeing the Rock. I hate Harden. He's playing fantastic, but I still hate him.
He averages like 32 points a game.
Yeah, he's a great scorer, but I don't like how he plays. But moving into NFL, a little bit more familiar. It's getting towards the end of it. We talked about Jacksonville, Tennessee. Who cares? I guess. I'll pick Tennessee. I'm not a Jags fan. I don't know.
I'm not a fan of this game at all.
No, it's not gonna be.
I'm not a Jags fan. I love the man. We can go into this and just argue over and over. But Ramsey,
he talks shit about Josh
Karma's
Allen.
A bitch, big guy. Welcome. Yep. You had a great year last year. No one's doubting that. No one's saying, oh, he's average. The way you played last year, you were the top corner in the league, and then you came out, you ran your mouth.
Yep.
What are you doing now? You had He had 2 interceptions versus, I forget who they played.
Roethlisberger, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, but
they always play good against.
Congratulations,
Pittsburgh.
You can have 4 interceptions a game and you keep losing. You still ain't making the playoffs.
It's true. I love it. I want to see the Jags.
Screw their coach.
Yep.
Got a little. I can't think of the word. I'm trying to think because he was
hatred?
The Bills coach.
Oh, hatred?
I guess we can go hatred.
Hatred. I don't know. Hatred works.
Animosity.
There
it is.
We got Baltimore Ravens versus Kansas City Chiefs. That could actually be a more interesting game than people think because of Kareem Hunt. Obviously, we'll get into that later, but Kareem Hunt won't play this game, but we'll talk about that later. I'm going to say still Kansas City's offense is going to be great, but
yeah, they're still going to win.
Baltimore's defense is pretty solid.
They're one of the top in the league.
Yeah, so it's interesting. You have Flacco still not back. He might not ever be back.
That's fine.
It's going to be interesting.
Good for Baltimore.
Yeah, I think it's a good to move on. It's time. Don't hold on too long. That's what a lot of these teams do.
And they're 3-0 with Jackson.
Keep them. See where it goes until it doesn't work.
But Baltimore will be one of them dumb people that they'll go 4 or 5-0, and then Flacco will come back and they'll be like, "Oh, Flacco's in."
Yeah, they always keep their old people. Suggs still
How is beyond me.
Ray Lewis was still a starter.
He must have figured out some kind of steroid that passes drug tests.
Oh,
because how the hell? That man's 52 years old.
It's the same way as Ray Lewis. When he tore his tricep, he was back in a month somehow, and that's the year they won the Super Bowl. But everyone was like, how'd that happen? Ended up he got popped, but it doesn't matter because he retired. He's taking Ray Lewis drugs.
He's got away with a couple things.
Yeah, just a couple. Moving on, Colts versus Texans. This is actually going to be a good game because
Andrew
Colts
Luck's
are
playing out of his mind.
He is. He's looking like the Luck that got drafted.
Who you taking? I know who you're taking.
Texans.
That's what I'm taking.
I think JJ is going to eat him up.
I'm strictly taking the Texans strictly because of that defensive front.
I love it, man. I love watching the Texans. They're 9-3. We talked about this last week.
A lot of people think they're going to run the table.
I want them to, man. Go Texans, man. They're one of the newer franchises. I'm all for it, man. I love it. I'm a huge fan. But if the Colts win it, I'm cool with that. I like seeing underdogs go at it. But I do think that JJ is just playing. He's my defensive player of the year. He's also my comeback player of the year. He's just going ballistic.
And I'm just happy, knock on wood, because I don't want to jinx him. He's healthy.
Yes. 100% healthy. He says he's in the best shape of his life. He lost a lot of weight, cut it down, which is going to help his back, and it shows. This is interesting. Falcons versus Packers. I think this is interesting. We talked about Mike McCarthy being fired. It was way overdue. I think we can agree.
Who's going to be the dumb one to pick him up?
Yeah, the Bills. I mean, because they got a big name. I mean, the Bills sometimes, hopefully they don't, but they get a track. That's why they got Rex, because Rex had a name.
He's a big name.
Yeah. I wouldn't want Mike McCarthy personally. I don't think he was a great coach. I think he had an amazing QB. And
they came out and said that Rodgers, 75% of the time, changed the play at the line.
Yeah, which some people were lamenting Rodgers, like, well, that's why it wasn't working.
Well, yeah, their assistant coach got fired the other day because he came out onto Twitter and just trashed Rodgers.
Yeah.
And then he got fired that same day.
Yeah, he basically said that it would have been Rodgers' job as a leader was to represent his leadership, a.k.a. Mike McCarthy. I just think it's sour grapes. Dude, if you have a player as good as Rodgers and you can only win 4 games, you're the problem. Okay, maybe it's also Rodgers. We'll find that out. But let me tell you what. You know what Rodgers doesn't go 4-7-1 with? Belichick. Or Andy Reid or any of these great coaches. It doesn't happen. Matt Patricia. Stop it. Oh my God, I almost agreed with you. He would ruin him. That's the only benefits of freaking Rodgers. But anyway, Falcons, Packers. That's pretty much one of the worst games ever.
Go Packers.
Yeah, I'll pick Packers, I guess.
I need to go Packers.
They're out of the playoffs, which is great for me. But Vikings are looking great. And honestly, the Bears look pretty good. Here's a barn burner. Jets versus the Bills. 3-9 Jets versus the Buffalo Bills.
I'm going to go Jets.
Ooh.
Not just because I'm hating on the Bills.
I'm going them because I hate the Bills.
The Bills, they won their last game, right?
Yeah.
They're going to split.
Yeah.
Jets are going to come out. Going to come out firing.
I think,
shit!
What?
Sorry. While we're talking Bills, they finally cut Calvin Benjamin.
Yes. Which I think is amazing. They gave up a 3rd and a 7th for him. A 3rd and a 7th. Man, they got robbed, man. Honestly, the Carolina Panthers should...
What did that sports or the announcer say? He was talking about they said he was sitting there. I think it was Ike Taylor. He was like, he's one chicken slider away from a tight end.
Yeah,
I was like,
true.
oh my God,
dude, he was very heavy. His hands were horrible. Good cut.
Good for you, Bills.
Yeah, at least you make that hard decision. You didn't keep him by name. I don't know. The Bills will probably win it.
Nope. Jets. It's gonna be a blowout.
See,
everything's going to come together. Defense, offense, it's going to be a blowout. I bet you the Jets, I can't say they score 3 points because their quarterback, I'll give it to him. He's pretty good.
Josh Allen?
He's pretty good.
I have some problems with him, if I'm being honest. Like, he looks good, but I don't know how long he's going to last. Because all those great, adorable plays that he makes where he's just hurtling over people.
Popeye's biscuit. Thank you, Chris.
There you go.
Whatever.
But, yeah, Josh Allen hurtling over defenders, that looks great, and it's awesome until you get hit. And he's going to get hit by one of these, like, JJs. One of these guys who hits you so hard you see your mother. Like, it's going to happen. And the question is he going to be able to take it? And, yeah, I'm sure he's a tough kid. So was RG3. And it took that. A running QB doesn't exist. Deshaun Watson doesn't run nearly as much. Does he run? Yes.
He does, but not as much as he did in his rookie.
So, dude, I like Josh Allen's spirit. I like his fight. I like how he hypes the crowd. I like most of the things he's doing. It petrifies me that he doesn't trust himself in the pocket.
So I'm going to do a shout-out to our number one fan.
Chris Scott?
Chris Scott. You need to correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to say something. If I'm wrong, correct me. Even if I'm right, do not correct me because you don't want me... One of the things that gets me with Allen, I don't know what it was, but a couple throws last week where I don't know what happened. Mainly the last throw. They could have easily won that game. I don't know if you watched it. That Hail Mary he threw, it looked like Peyton Manning's last throw. Like, that thing was doing this, and it came up just short. Like, Clay, if he would have caught it, it would have been a touchdown because his
Yeah.
feet were in the end zone. So Butterfingers McClay over there just couldn't do it. But still, did he get hit as he threw that ball? Or was that just, he just lobbed it, and I don't know what happened, but that ball looked like a wounded duck.
Yeah.
And it fell like 3 yards short.
I don't think he has the greatest arm. That's one of those talents to throw Hail Marys, so I don't know. I like the kid. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt. I'm terrified because...
Chris says the last game he was sliding and getting out of bounds.
Yeah, which is better, but you guys lost, so... You know what I mean? Like, that's what concerns me. It's he's playing it safe and you guys lose to a team like the Dolphins. I'll admit the refs were a little bad, but at the end of the day, sure job to win. I'm concerned next week, they play Detroit. I'm terrified. I'm absolutely terrified. It's one of the games. I'm going to the game.
Because the amount of you are going.
I'm going to the game. As long as I don't get snowed in, I'm going with Chris.
Oh boy!
Yeah, I know. So I'm very nervous. I don't want to lose to the Bills. I don't want to.
Especially because if you're wearing a jersey,
which I am.
That walk of shame.
Yeah. But we'll see.
Hold on. He threw it across his body in the hopes that Clay would have came down with it, which he didn't.
Yeah, shocker. But I'm gonna pick the Bills, but I want the Jets to win.
23-21.
I did not think the Bills would lose to the Dolphins. So. Redskins, Giants.
I don't know if Wesley's still watching, but
Redskins are a mess.
Who is their quarterback?
I don't even know. Oh my God, butt fumble.
Oh, Sanchez.
Yes,
that's right.
Because ironically enough,
McCoy got hurt.
Broke his leg.
No, that Alex Smith broke his leg.
McCoy
broke his leg too.
Yeah.
Woo! In the same game?
No, I think it was 2 separate games.
Okay.
It was, it's 2 separate games. But Colt's out, broke his leg. His femur. Or not his femur, his fibula, sorry.
Wasn't the tib?
It wasn't the tib.
Here's a fun fact. I broke my tib and my fib 2 times in 1 break. So that was 4 breaks altogether. I was in a cast for 6 months.
Yeah, that must have been a fun recovery. I don't... Giants, I don't know. Both teams. Redskins.
It's going to end in a draw, 0-0. Tie.
The fans are the losers. OBJ has more touchdown throws than freaking
He's got more...
Eli.
What was it? 51... Or it was either
51
or something yard touchdown passes this season than his quarterback.
That's the most... That's so insulting if you're Eli Manning. Saints, Bucks. I think
we running the tables, baby.
I want Bucks to win, but I think the Saints.
No, shut your mouth.
They have to come back.
No, they
don't. Lost to Dallas.
They're gonna make the playoffs.
They're giving them a better chance. 34-21, Tampa. New Orleans is still losing.
We're gonna win.
Patriots, Miami.
Oh, we're just gonna glaze right over that.
What do you
want? Let me talk about my team.
You can talk about your team.
Talk about my team.
Honestly, if I was you, I don't know why you want them to win.
We get a Krispy Kreme right over that.
Krispy Kreme over it. Because if listen, we're gonna get to Detroit.
Listen,
I want Detroit
to
lose.
That's fine. You know what? It's been way too long. We run the table, which ain't gonna happen because we got the Saints, we got Atlanta, we got I don't even know who it is.
I think the Panthers again.
No, we already played the Panthers. But we run the table, we make the playoffs. Famous Anus is 2 games without an interception, and our nobody that the Giants got rid of and we picked him up on waivers, they call him Double A, had 3 interceptions last week. 3. We had 4. Okay, listen. But this is why I'm excited. I don't think they're going to do it against Breeze because Breeze is really good with the ball.
Yeah.
But for 8 games, we didn't get 1 interception for 8 games.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And the last 2, we had 8.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
And Chris brought it up because he was super shocked. The Bucks are in the top 5, if not top 3 in offense this year. And they're still there.
That's actually really impressive.
I did not know that.
I did not know that either.
You know what? We run the table, we make the playoffs. I'll buy everyone a drink of Kelly's.
Hey, there we go. You heard it here. Of course, you got to listen to the show to get it, but
yep, you gotta tune in.
Yes.
That day, if we win that following podcast, everyone that tunes in. If you don't tune in, you don't get shit.
That's fair. Okay. Pats versus Miami. Pats are gonna win. They're on a roll.
We'll just Krispy Kreme over that one.
Well, yeah, come on.
That one's legit. No, that one's legit.
Yeah, that one is legit. The Pats are looking good. Gronk's healthy. Edelman's starting to get his feet. This one's interesting. Panthers versus Browns.
Go Browns.
Go Browns. I want Browns to win. I think the Panthers are primed to lose this game.
Because of Fitzmagic, 3-game streak. It wasn't 3, it was 2. But, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. Fitzmagic did show up, and I loved it. I wanted to get his shirt with when he came out with the goal.
Yes.
Like, I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on Fitzmagic.
I love Fitzmagic.
Loved it.
Big supporters.
But the last 2 games, Jameis threw for almost 800 and some odd yards with no interceptions and like 6 touchdowns.
Playing good.
Because he's not doing stupid. Like, he was one of those quarterbacks where if the pocket collapsed, he'd try and make a play. Like, he would try. Now he's just taking the sack or he's running out of bounds. He's not forcing the ball.
Which is huge. That's one of the biggest points.
Oh, there's Adam.
Hey, what up, Lord? Broncos versus 49ers. Broncos destroy them. Niners want that number 1 spot.
I'm going to say Niners win it.
They don't want to win. That's how I know that
it.
That's a bold move.
Niners win it.
I hope the San Fran gets destroyed. Bengals versus Chargers. Chargers, man. I love it. Phillip Rivers playing lights out. I love it. Dude never gets his credit. I love it. Go Chargers.
What's up, Adam? Thanks for tuning in, big guy.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it. I love it. I love the Chargers.
Shut up, Chris. That was like 3 games ago.
What do you say?
How many Super Bowls do you have? Suck it.
Oh, damn.
He was like, how about Winston's 4-interception game?
Yeah, don't. He's running his mouth like that.
What about J.P. Lossman?
Damn. That's a throwback. I'm waiting for the rest of this to load. Bengals versus, we said the Chargers.
Chargers are going to win.
I'm hoping Chargers win it. I don't really want anyone else
Do you want me to do it?
It's going.
Is it?
It's not
Are
going.
you sure?
It's not going. I'll pull it up. I can't remember who. I think Detroit plays the Bears, I want to say. Let me pull it up. But Detroit's hopefully going to lose. I'm a big supporter of sinking the ship.
Sorry, Adam. He poked the bear. Don't you mention Lossman.
Don't you mention Lossman. This is true. He can't run his mouth about the freaking Bucks when you're a Bills fan. Just like I can't.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, Chris. I went with Winston just because I thought Chris was talking shit because that's what we do. He's talking about Newton.
Oh, okay.
My bad. I apologize. I just know you. You like to take that dig. My bad.
Gotcha.
I apologize to everyone that was watching.
Lions, Cardinals. Lions lose. I hope.
No way. Cardinals are horrible.
I want Lions to be worse. I want Patricia gone.
He's not going.
I want
Patricia
him
is not getting fired this year.
Fuck you, Patricia.
Patricia's going to get at least 1 more year.
No.
You need... No. Suck
Patricia.
it up, Buttercup.
I hate him. He's worthless. Worst QB in the league. Give me Mike McCarthy over
Not
him.
QB, coach.
Same.
You just said Stafford was
They're both
worst
horrible.
QB.
They're both horrible. Stafford's just bad. You need to get rid of Jim Bob Cooter, that redneck fuck, and then get rid of Patricia. Fire them all. Fire them all. We need to rebuild. Sell the team. Sell the team. Because obviously we can't do anything right with the talent we had, and we missed the boat, and now I get to do this another 15 years, and I'm probably going to take it out on my kids. This is what the Detroit Lions are doing to me, okay? I used to be happy before I knew how bad they were.
Wait, time out. Anyone that's watching that knows John, has he ever been happy?
Yes.
Just fill in the blanks for me. Just fill in the blanks. This is how it's going to go. John Stickrod has ever been, and then you fill in the blank. All right?
Happy.
All right? I want to hear all this. All right, go ahead.
I was very happy at one point.
Why is John wearing toilet paper on his head? That's from Adam.
Oh, because of the teacher. You're funny! Cowboys, Eagles. I think that's actually going to be a good game.
I don't want to say it, and it hurts me to say it.
No.
You know where I'm going.
I'm picking Eagles.
I'm going to say Cowboys.
I'm picking Eagles. But we'll see. Cowboys somehow beat the Saints, which I still don't understand how. Steelers, Raiders. If the Steelers lose this, they need to fire everyone Detroit style. Rams, Bears. Rams
are going to
Bears.
destroy. Well, I would say destroy. I wouldn't say destroy.
You got
Cleo Mack
is a monster. And then finally, Vikings, Seahawks. I think Vikings. But Vikings aren't doing that good.
Your mom says only when your belly's full.
Wow, that's true, actually.
Oh, and Chris missed the question. The question is, John is stating that at one point in his life, Chris, that he was happy. So I want you guys to fill in the blank. John Sickrod has always been happy, fill in the blank. Alright?
I've been happy. Anyway, so we're getting closer to the end, Super Bowl.
Yep.
Who do you got? You still sticking with the Rams? Or are you switching to Kansas City? Because I honestly don't know. Because the Rams still look great, but
No,
I thought
changing it. I'm spinning that wheel. I'm
what?
changing it.
Saints?
We gonna get Brady versus Breeze.
Oh, I want that so badly. Oh, that'd be amazing. I'm voting. That's my vote. I'm changing my vote to that. That'd be amazing. Oh,
We've already seen Breeze versus Peyton. Now we
Sure.
need to see Breeze versus Brady.
we need to see.
And
it.
if Breeze beats Brady, he beat Brady and Peyton at his prime.
That's
so,
impressive. We didn't talk about this. Emmanuel Sanders.
yeah,
He's out.
Achilles.
Tore his Achilles in practice. We're talking about practice. Okay, we have to talk about the big thing in the room. The elephant
Oh
in the
yeah,
room.
he just
But
passed it.
First, yeah, I know. First, we got McCoy. He broke his leg. Monday Night Football announcers blasted because they barely talk about the game. It wasn't a great
Really?
game. Yeah,
You know why? Because they got rid of like the best broadcaster on Monday Night Football.
and he became the worst coach ever. We talked about Rodgers changing plays. We talked about Jealous Durant. Okay. Two things before we get into the elephant
big
in the
one.
room.
Yeah.
XFL. Kaepernick's gonna sign with them.
Oh, of course he
Of
is.
course he is. And I mean, I
What's
can't
his
remember.
name going to be? Protest?
Oh my God, that's amazing. That would totally work on the back of his shirt. Oh, I love it so much. They figured out they're announcing the leagues.
Will you explain?
Well,
You're scaring at him.
Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy, the
Not
second,
your running back.
no, the second QB in the
Redskins.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. XFL, they're announcing where their teams are going to be. It's looking like Houston, Los Angeles, St. Louis, Seattle, Tampa Bay, Washington, D.C., and New York.
Come on, John's only happy when
Oh, gosh.
neck deep in mashed
Whoa.
potatoes.
Oh, okay. I was like, where is this
I
going?
wouldn't have finished
I was
it.
like, where is this going? Who said that?
Chris.
Oh, okay. That's fair. I was like, oh, no. What did he say?
Wow, shit. My running back is Josh Allen. What you talking about? That's what Adam said.
That's
I
true.
I
No,
don't
like, because
know.
the QB's the running back.
Oh.
Because McCoy's worthless. All right. So we're going to discuss...
We're gonna talk about this mashed potato thing too. Just
Because I eat mashed potatoes at lunch every day. Well, most days. So the big elephant in the room we're referring to, which most people are caught up on this, is once again there's another domestic violence case against, for some reason, a running back who also wore 27, which happens to be Ray Rice's number. Everyone knows the Ray Rice incident where he knocked his fiancée unconscious on video in a hotel elevator and then dragged her out. Brutal. Fast forward to now, Kareem Hunt, the running back to the ex-running back to the Kansas City Chiefs, was finally caught on video from a year ago in which he was getting an altercation with a female, undisclosed if it was girlfriend, whatever, and he pushed a person into her, knocking her down, and then attempted to kick her in the face. And there was it was an uncomfortable thing to watch. It's not nearly as bad as the Ray Rice one.
No.
It's still unacceptable. We're not saying that anything's acceptable about it, but it's not nearly what Ray Rice was. Anyway, a year later, TMZ releases it. NFL...
happened in February.
Happened in February, yeah.
Yep.
TMZ releases it. Immediately, without any discussion, they go to Kareem Hunt. They say, is this true? Kareem said no. They saw the video. They cut him.
Which was
Amazing. Like, good for Kansas City. Why not? Well, don't even mess with it. Obviously, someone who's in that kind of lifestyle, this could happen again. It's a huge risk.
Yep.
We're in a very anti-domestic violent world, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
So they took a stand, something that Baltimore didn't do. Remember, Baltimore was just going to suspend him, Ray Rice. So they cut him. And if people don't know, he's top 5 running back in the league. He's phenomenal. They basically took their Super Bowl chance and cut it by a lot.
Yep.
Especially because they have a rookie QB.
Who was playing lights out.
Really good, yeah. But, how much was Kareem helping? Anyway, it comes out that the NFL didn't do any research. They went to Kareem. They said, what happened? Kareem said nothing happened. They asked if there was a tape. They said no and took Kareem at his word, which is laughable.
Stupid.
And then the NFL gets egg on their face again. I think the main thing that's coming out, obviously Kareem, it's not as bad as Ray Rice, but someone in that situation, you can't sit back and be like, oh, he's probably never done this before. Unfortunately, if you're in those situations, you probably have been in those situations before. It's just how it goes. At the same time, Tyreek Hill, one of their rookie wide receivers, I think.
Yep.
They signed him.
He's not a rookie.
They signed him, and he had, out of the draft, and he had 2 domestic violence cases that were solved and taken care of, but that's hypocrisy, but that's the NFL. The problem I have with this, and this is never going to change, because the NFL is a business, like we talked about earlier. Sports are a business. They care more about the talent and the product than they do about the image that comes with it. The only reason they cut this man was to save face. They wouldn't have cut him if the video never leaked. That for me is a problem. So why is that worse? You know what I mean? If there's a domestic violence dispute but there's no video, that's okay. But because there's some video, then you have to react. It shouldn't be that way.
No.
It should be, if there's evidence and it can be proven, cut him. Not if there's video. The NFL is as crooked as it gets. We all know it. But come on.
No, I agree.
I don't know. They should have a little bit. People idolize these guys.
Your mom says there's not a difference of levels of abuse.
No, exactly. It's true. I just think I love the sport. I love sports. And they bring more good to the world than bad. But in these circumstances, you have a chance to make a difference and to change something, and you're setting examples for kids. Yes, you cut him, but you only cut him after TMZ played your hand. You tell me the NFL can't get their hands on a hotel tape? Or tape? They didn't want the tape. They wanted Kareem in the league because he gets touchdowns and brings eyes to the Kansas City Chiefs. Just come out and say it. Don't pretend like you guys are oblivious to it. Get the hell out of here. They're like a government agency, the NFL. If they want something, they can get it. They're the biggest industry on the planet.
Yep.
If they wanted the video, they could have got it.
No, I agree. I agree with everything you said. I applaud Kansas City. Top 5 running. I believe he was at number 5 for running backs. And it was only his second year. You think about that. This man could be the next Adrian Peterson. He could be the next Barry Sanders. I know that's crazy to think, but you never know. And Kansas City was just like, nope, I'm not going to deal with this. You're gone. So I applaud Kansas City.
For sure.
I was brought up, you never lay your hands on a woman, and I never will. And I hate the fact that there's people out in this world that feel like they can strike a woman like they would strike a man at a bar.
Especially, it shouldn't go unattended, the idea. These are massive people. They're not little guys. I know domestic abuse is bad no matter what size you are, but it's even worse when you're literally a 5'10", 225 pounds of muscle. What are you doing? Why would you? You know what I mean? You could kill them. You could do 1,000 times worse things. You shouldn't even be in those situations.
No.
They have enough money. They have enough responsibility. They have people around them, or at least they should. There shouldn't be a video of you at 3 a.m. almost attempting
trying to curb stomp a female.
Yeah, it's inexcusable.
No.
And I agree. I was raised the same way. I think most good people there's not never, but there's domestic abuse is like that. Is never okay, whether you're drunk or not, whether it's 3 a.m. or not. The video came out. I personally, could he come back in a couple of years? Yeah, but I think he should do a lot of PR work. I think he should do a lot of charity. I think everyone's redeemable. I do believe that. Shit, Michael Vick came back. Michael Vick came back and played, and people cheered for him. And people like dogs way more than people, and he had a second chance. So does he deserve a second chance? Yes, but he better come out and make the right steps and earn that back. Because Ray Rice never did that. Ray Rice said, we handled it internally, and it's no, you didn't, bro. You didn't handle this. You handled it horribly. Of course,
this child's got a lot to prove.
Yeah.
I think he'll get a second chance. I don't think he plays next year.
I hope he doesn't. I hope a couple years off could do him wonders.
But I'm telling you right now, spotlight's going to be on you, kid, and you mess up once, your career's over.
Yeah. And that's how it should be. They did the right thing. The NFL didn't. I do think Kansas City, maybe they knew, maybe they didn't. I don't know. But I'll tell you this. If I was running especially an NFL team, and I had someone who even had an incident somewhat like this, and I knew there were even cameras remotely on the premises, I would look them up because this is my image, my brand. I want to protect that first.
Yep.
I think they could have went about it better, but damn, to cut one of your best players to make a point, good for you, man. Because a lot of other teams wouldn't do that. They would not. So I appreciate that. Obviously the McCoy case was different, but they didn't cut McCoy. There was no video. That was the argument I was making earlier. But I bet if there was video, who knows? But that's the elephant in the room. It's obviously a topic. It's not fun to talk about, but at least we have a positive saying. At least someone's being punished for it, because obviously legally nothing was going to happen. But
nope.
He lost a job for it, so maybe that'll teach him to respect women. All right, so we'll dive into WWE, do a little bit. Aleister Black, one of your favorites. He's on an absolute tear in NXT.
I read this. I did not like this.
I didn't like it either. I agree with the article. What we're saying is Aleister Black, he's an NXT superstar. He's got a very unique gimmick. I think we and many people believe if he gets brought up to Raw, Vince will murder his career.
Because Vince has never done that before.
Exactly. Vince doesn't like NXT superstars, save for 3 names: Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose. Other than those 3 names, NXT superstars don't do well. And Aleister's got a very...
It's crazy to think, they were the last, NXT stars that have come out and actually done something...
Been, absolute superstars.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than the women. But I think he's right. He has to go to SmackDown, but then again, Sanity went to SmackDown, and they don't do anything. So... I'd be fine if Aleister stayed in NXT, because I don't know if Vince
He needs to until Vince leaves.
Until Triple H takes over, which obviously Vince is coming, because he sold another
2.5 mil?
Yeah.
In stock.
Yeah. So he's getting to the end of it. I agree. I love Aleister Black, but you got to protect him, and Vince is horrible at that.
Yeah, I don't want to see, I love Finn Balor. I'm a huge Finn Balor fan. I watched Finn Balor in NXT. He was amazing. He's still wrestler. Amazing, and they're just burying him.
Mm-hmm. All because he's a littler person. It just makes me sick. All the NXT guys are just super talented, but Vince is like, I like big guys. I don't. I'm not a fan of Braun Strowman.
Big guys, the only thing big guys can do is pick up people and slam them.
Which gets boring.
They're not good in the ring. They can't jump off the top turnbuckle without collapsing the whole thing. They can't do the stuff. They can't run and jump over the ropes and do a somersault. They can't.
Yeah.
I like big men a little bit. I just like the whole persona of a big guy.
Yeah.
But I would rather have wrestling filled with Seth Rollins and Finn Balor's and all them.
Where their skills and their talent, they can put 5-star matches on when you give them the time that. It's clear that Vince has done amazing things. He gave us the product we love so much, but his time is done. He doesn't know what is now. He just doesn't see talent now. So I agree. I hope Aleister stays. I do think he'll be there for me. He's coming up at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
He's gonna.
He'll be an entry at the Rumble, and he's going to debut either on SmackDown or Monday Night Raw.
It might be SmackDown, because SmackDown's going to get more people because they got that big.
I'm telling you right now, I hate the man to death, but to see AJ Styles versus Aleister Black,
whoa, that would be a good one. Or Dana Bryan versus Aleister Black. Oh,
yeah.
There's so many. Moving on, Dean Ambrose, his future. He's 33. What?
I want to start this one.
Here we go. Let's do it.
All right. So for any of you that know me and John, that watch this podcast, or just friends with us outside of the podcast or work, we're diehard wrestling fans. We are diehard Shield fans.
Yes.
Love the Shield. I get goosebumps every time I hear their entry. I will tell you right now, Dean Ambrose is killing it. As much as I hate it, because I want to see the Shield, it kills me to see the Shield go down again. But what Dean is doing right now is I don't know if it's got to be Triple H. There's no way it's Vince.
Mm-hmm.
They are tuning in perfectly with him. He makes the perfect villain. It makes the perfect sense. His new music, and they just add an air horn to it. Is amazing.
But it's annoying. It's annoying, but it's also weird. It's like the Shield.
Yes.
It's like mocking the Shield almost.
Yes, it's what it is. I absolutely love what they're doing with Dean. I hope they continue to do it with Dean. As hard as that is to say, I would love to like they're setting up a feud for Dean versus Seth at Mania.
Oh yeah,
that's what's happening because unfortunately with Roman he's not going to be there.
Well, yeah. Update on Roman though.
Uh-oh.
He'll be at Tribute with the Troops. He won't be wrestling, but he'll be there actively.
That's good. But I don't like. I agree. Like we all had that whole triple threat match, Shield triple threat match for the title at WrestleMania. That's not going to happen.
Save that for next year. We got plenty of time. Wait till Roman gets back healthy.
They're building up for Mania, Dean versus Seth, and I can't wait because both those guys can put on a 5-star match. You put them together. If I did the math right, that's 10 stars.
Yes, I agree.
That's going to be an amazing match. I love where they're going with Dean. I hope it continues, and I hope it's Triple H and not Vince.
I hope you're right about the WrestleMania match. The only thing I want to add is I hope it's for the Universal Championship belt. I think both of them deserve that. I don't think it will be, but I think that would make it a lot better because Dean would be so hungry for it because he's always been like the third member of the Shield type thing. So I would dig it. It was, and plus that was Roman's prize. So like, there's a lot that would make it cool. I agree. They're killing it with Dean. I think Dean's doing great. I like the whole Bane kind of like he's acting like he's charismatic, but he hates the fans. I dig it. I'm excited to see TLC a lot because of him, but I agree they're doing great with him. I'm interested to see where it goes. I really have always wanted to see a Dean versus Roman feud, so I really hope Roman kicks Leukemia's ass, comes back healthy, beats Canada, all that stuff, and we get that feud because I think both of them would put on really good matches and great promos because they're actual best friends. So, WWE is considering a Queen of the Ring, which actually I'm okay with. I would be more okay if they did King and Queen of the Ring instead of one Queen of the Ring. Why not do both? That would be cool. A King and Queen event. I would watch that.
That'd be cool. How long of a show they'd have to make.
Yeah, I mean, it would probably have to be at least 8 matches. So, of course, they could extend it over, 2, 3 things. But that would be cool. I do love that. Speaking of that, they're going to be bringing women's tag team titles, which I really like.
That'd be cool.
It would like Bayley, Sasha. They're not doing anything else. Might as well give them some belts.
They're just sitting in a ring answering questions from fans right now.
Yeah. And we're watching NXT. I love NXT. Tommaso Ciampa is just... He is... What we're watching, we're going to look back on this year and go, Jesus Christ, that guy really... He's the best champion in all of WWE, in my opinion. The only one that's second is Daniel Bryan. And that's because Daniel Bryan's heel work right now is phenomenal. Pun intended. But Tommaso's killing it, man. He reminds me of, like... Triple H almost, except mixed with like, I don't know, someone a little bit darker because he's cerebral. I love that. I like that aspect.
The only thing I don't like is he added music.
Yeah, I know. I didn't like that.
I loved when it just got dark and he just came out.
I think it's so when he finally gets pulled up, people will know it's him.
Yeah.
But I agree. But I love watching Tommaso. Gargano's phenomenal. NXT is phenomenal right now. Undisputed's killing it. NXT is just 10 out of 10. Love it. Calvin Benjamin signing with the Chiefs.
That's a bummer.
How about that? Wait, Kansas City, do they have good chicken there?
No, it was a biscuit.
Chicken biscuit?
Popeye biscuit.
Popeye biscuit. Which those are really good. I'd eat those too. And one of the last things I want to bring about is Hulk Hogan. He signed a Legends contract. I don't know, man. It's hard because he brought us here with all the work he did in the past, but I don't know if he's redeemable. If you ever watch the video, it's rough. So rough. Like he says in it that he's racist and he says like all these horrible things. I just don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I could cheer for him. I love Hulk Hogan. I loved Hulk Hogan as a kid. He was an idol, but now I know too much. We've seen too much behind the curtain. And I don't know. I think it's, in this PC world, I think it's a big risk. But, I don't know, wrestling fans can be stubborn. I mean, we've accepted a lot, dealt with a lot. So.
Yeah.
I mean, Attitude Era was pretty raunchy, so... I mean, people were kidnapped.
Pretty raunchy?
It's pretty bad.
Pretty raunchy?
Braun painting
at some point, it was softcore porn. Like...
There was literally a live sex celebration between Lita and Edge.
Yeah.
in the ring on live TV. People forget
They had a bed.
They had a bed, and she actually got naked. You ever see she actually was naked under there? That's crazy to me. Alita was talking about she wants to come back.
Yep. Because she doesn't like her retirement, the way she went out.
I'm all for it. Give them a Mania match. Give me Trish versus Alita one more time. One more time, just one for the road. You don't even have to build it up. You could just have two legends going at it. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
I also, one last thing before we take off.
Well, I got something I want to talk about.
Okay.
It's not sports related.
Okay.
I haven't been able to talk to you about it.
Okay. All right, let's talk about it.
I want to get your opinion.
First, do you think The Rock's going to be at Mania this year? I mean, it's in New Jersey. New York, New Jersey.
I think he will, just because he's come out and said he wants to wrestle again at some point. I don't think he's going to wrestle at Mania, but I feel like he's going to be there.
I think he does something with his daughter, because his daughter's at the PC. I think it would be really cool if you had something with Roman and The Rock and his, you know what I mean? Like, you could have something really genuine and cool there. But I think he's going to be there. I think this is one of those Manias where he's not going to miss it. So what did you want to talk about? Oh, boy. What did my mother say?
You can read that one.
Oh, my God. Anyway.
So, that was it for sports.
Yes.
I got to bring it up. I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes.
No toe stepping.
I finally watched it, and there was a lot of negativity about it, but I absolutely loved it.
What did you watch?
Venom.
I love Venom.
I absolutely love that. I've watched it twice. I watched it last night and I watched it again today.
It's a good movie.
Just the comedy with Venom is hilarious.
I like the character.
I do. Everyone's like, oh, it bombed and this and that, and it was horrible. And I went into that with the mindset of, it's not going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
And I went away just thinking, I was like, that was so good.
I
Tom
agree.
Hardy killed it. Just the comedy between Venom and Hardy was hilarious.
I agree, man. It was fantastic. It seemed genuine. I agree. I loved it. I really hope they introduce him into the Spider-Man world.
Yeah.
Which I think they will, because they came out. One of the reasons they made that Spider-Man multiverse movie, which is animated, but the reason they did that was because it connects. Officially, we know it's all connected via dimensions. So it is possible for that to happen. That's why they put that in there. So we'll probably will see it. I just hope Venom 2 gets greenlit. I will say this. My biggest issue is Woody Harrelson at the end as Carnage. You don't have to make him look exactly like the comics, especially when you're going with Woody Harrelson. It just doesn't work. He looked stupid. He just did. And I like the cheesy line at the end, but I didn't like his stupid hair,
the red hair, and
and him cutting himself and writing on the wall. We get it. Anyone who's a fan of Carnage knows he's insane. You don't have to pour that on, you know. But I agree. I loved it. I thought Venom was hysterical. The part where he's up on the building and he's like, jump. And it
the
goes,
elevator.
Pussy. I love it. It's great. I loved it. I liked the movie. I'm glad you liked it.
Oh my god, it was so good.
We've been waiting patiently for the Avengers.
I was going to ask you. I was like, what happened? That was supposed to air yesterday.
And there's not a peep about it. I don't know what's going on. I did hear that it got leaked, and now they're redoing it because they didn't like that it got leaked.
Welcome to 2018.
I know. It all gets
almost
out.
19. Everything gets leaked.
Yeah, but I'm excited for that. For sure. We saw the Captain Marvel trailer. There's a lot going on there. I mean, it looks interesting. I'm excited to see. We get to see some throwbacks. We get to see Ronan and all that. It'll be cool. Young Nick Fury. I mean, he's got both his eyes. I like that. I like that it's a 90s movie too. It means we're going to get some cool 90s music with it, which I love. Marvel always had a good taste for what songs to use, like Guardians-esque.
Guardians too.
Yeah,
the opening
Thor.
scene.
Thor,
yep.
Yeah, I mean, they just kill it. So I'm excited. I really want that Avengers trailer. I've got a pit in my stomach about it. It needs to just come and let us know what's going on. But man, we're getting to the end of phase 2. Is it phase 2 or 3? But by the end of next year, man, it'll be a whole new dawn.
Oh yeah.
Of superhero movies. So yeah, I'm glad you saw Venom. I loved it. It was really good.
So good.
It was ridiculous, but in a good way. I liked that obviously survived.
I just like it when he's fighting Rampage
or Riot.
Riot,
Yeah.
and he's throwing all his weapons, and Brock is like, "Oh, holy shit!" He's like, "I told you," because all the weapons he has.
I like when he's coming up to him. It's like he has shit you've never even thought of, like, and I love it because it's Venom, and Tom Hardy's character's like, of course he has no idea what he's talking about.
And then he's like, "What are our chances to win?" He's like, "Ugh."
Probably not.
Probably nothing. All right, let's go save the world.
Yeah, I love Venom. I agree that whole thing. I like the ending too, where he eats the guy. It's just great.
It was great. It was great.
It's one of those movies where you, especially the second time you watch it, you really appreciate it. Like, okay, this movie is genuinely funny. The action scenes are solid. I liked it a lot. I liked Homecoming, but I actually liked this more as an origin story. There's a little bit too much love and shit in it, but I still loved the symbiote and the connection with Eddie Brock. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And I do like that they didn't make Eddie Brock the typical, like, jock douchebag.
Like they did in the Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, like, I like that he was, like, a genuine guy who's had some problems and some bumps with the law. But, like, I don't know. Watching it again it's good. I saw it a few times. I loved it, so.
Loved it.
Glad you dug it. So I guess that's it. There's no more comments, so I think that's
good.
it. So we're going to be wrapping up. We'll be back next Thursday. It's going to be another sports edition. And then most likely we'll do the Swiss Army Nerd one. Either way, we're having it. We're moving up. This is the last month of this type of production. And then we're going to be moving in. We have a new producer
taking over.
So the
Stay
format's,
tuned.
Yeah, format's going to change, but we have a couple more weeks of this, so tune in next week. We'll be back same time around 7 Thursdays, usually 7 to 9, give or take. But we're going to end up a little early here. So thank you so much. We appreciate everyone who commented, who liked, who shared. Thank you guys so much. You guys are honestly the few reasons why we do this. So we love it, appreciate it. We hope you liked our commentary, our thoughts, and our opinions. And we'll be back next week. If you want to hit us up, watch some old videos, some new clips that I'm editing. Swiss Army Nerds on YouTube, Swiss Army Nerds on Facebook. We have all the live stuff there. And on Twitter, Swiss Army Nerds. And Instagram, Swiss Army Nerds. We have every outlet.
Hit us up.
Hit us up. Anything you want us to talk about. You can even DM me a private message if you want to. A subject you want us to talk about.
We want to come on the show. Get all one of us.
That too. You ever want to do a phone call thing or anything like that? This works just fine. So we appreciate you. Thank you so much. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you everyone who commented. You guys are the best. And we're out. Too sweet.